as usual, just bear with me for a little bit. I am just going through some, just sharing my stream. Sharing my stream. You get to hear me talk about it already. Oh, I can't believe I didn't mention this to y'all. But my Voyager account got figured out. Yay! Yeah, let me tell you, you have no idea how happy that makes me that I can now go back to using thousands instead of hundreds. We're going to be beginning in just a moment. I just want to make sure that everybody that asked for the stream is getting the stream. All right, there's me saying hi. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to show us actually was that yesterday with Sol, I was trading it with a friend. And we were tracking Sol together live. And I just want to go over that a little bit. Like, what were we doing? Okay, I just want to give you an idea. What were we actually doing? All right, so if you didn't see the other video, basically he said, I see a triangle. And I said, oh, okay, let's check it out. Because I already had a consolidation zone built in the area where it would be important for the triangle. Okay, so this is what we mapped out. Now, none of this was here. I know we can go back like date-wise, so it removes it. But we both saw the triangle, and I saw the consolidation. And what happened was it broke out of the triangle. So he wanted to get on it then. I said, no, personally, I'm going to wait because I wanted to get outside of consolidation. It did get outside of consolidation, and that's when we started to place trades on it. Okay. Basically, we both got in around here. We put our stop losses underneath, and we both, when it got up to 190, we both took our money. He profited 100, I profited 50. Beautiful stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I'm showing you, and that was yesterday's example. So let us go back and check out. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I am super excited because my Voyager account got approved, meaning that I can go back to trading with a couple more bucks, which is fantastic for me. By the way, I should mention Conquering Crypto is my site. I've got over 100 members. Everybody is approved to come on in. We are a private group, meaning that you can't just come across us. You actually have to be invited and approved. And yeah, I also have a Venmo in case anybody is interested in tipping. I would like to do this full time to help you guys, and that's one way that'll keep me in the game. And I've got a Twitter at DeMarco Danny. And yeah, let's continue. Okay, so I wrote a few things down. I want to make sure we already went over Sol. So now let's go back over Matic. Now that we've pinpointed a few things, remember there's just so many coin. Since there's so many coin and stocks for that matter, it's better if we pick and choose a few and focus on those instead of having our minds spread out. This is also the benefit when we have more people helping you at the same time, because with more people, they can look at different stuff, different opinions, different charts. So the first thing, let's go back to our BTC. If you are just joining us at all and you're not sure exactly what we're doing, check out part 1 to this video. But what we're doing is I'm explaining how futures works and how to hunt and chart your way to making a few bucks using Kucoin Futures. As you can see, I have my account open, ready to go, and I have my charts ready to go, and this is what I do all day for the most part. I scalp a lot. All right, so this is earlier. I saw this, I drew a circle around it, and I said, since what's happening is in this pattern, in a lot of patterns, price is bouncing up, down, up, down, up, down. So what's the cardinal rule of typically how this stuff works? Buy low, sell high, right? Okay, so buy low, buy even more, sell high. Put, you could put a put on this and sell it when it gets low. So that's doing the opposite. These are called shorts or puts. So instead of you wanting the price to go up, you want the price to go down, and you will make money that way. So we can do either. That's what's nice about the Kucoin Futures. So this, I was going to place an order on this, and it's still just getting a little bit too much purchase bull support. So I'm not going to buy into it. But if I did, when we were talking about this earlier, if I did, I'd be up out of 100. Let's just say I put 100 on it. I'd probably be up like $5 right now. Okay. And I would follow that and monitor it just to see what would make the most sense. Should I just get out and keep my $5? Is it going down further? If I look at my VPVR, is there any resistance or anything like that? So for right now, I'm still going to leave it alone. I just wanted to give you guys an example of what I could have traded. Okay. Let's go over the other things. So we went over BTC. I want to go over Matic. Okay. Now you see, if I would have put my order in, I mentioned this in the previous video as well. If I would have put my order in, I'd probably be up a few bucks right now. So again, what do we see in this? This is how when you're not, when you're hunting breakouts, sometimes you can only look for the breakout and place your order on the breakout. Well, that's not very exciting, is it? Because what if there's a ton of patterns, but there's no breakouts? Well, then what do? You trade on the resistance and support lines. And the VPVR helps you with that a lot, but we can also use whatever pattern we have to see the bouncing going down, up, or up, down, and then use that pattern to our advantage in placing orders. So what I would have done, this is Matic, by the way. Let me get out further. As you can see, we have a triangle pattern. Okay. Now, I used to use a ton of indicators, all kinds of stuff from Bollinger Bands to this, that, and the other, the VWAP and this thing. I still do have a lot of them, okay? I still do check them out from time to time. I have all kinds of stuff ready to go. But what I like the most is just to see the chart as just the chart, kind of classic. Later, I can add those indicators, but I'm not going to muddy up what I have already. I want to be able to trade it fresh, if you will. I can add indicators later. I've become so accustomed to just the VPVR and my trend lines and trading that way, and it works. So I don't like to muddy up what I'm doing. Anyway, so yeah, I would already be up on this. I'm going to keep my eye on it, but if it does get to a point that I like, I will place real trading money on it. That's what I wanted to do this morning. And it doesn't happen. Sometimes you don't find anything, okay? That's where your investments pay you off, okay? Or your swing trades. So this is called scalping. This is just a very fast way for you to make a quick buck based on patterns you see with Kucoin Futures. I know there's other exchanges that do it. This is my favorite. I like the UI, and it's just easy. So let's go now to Ethereum. I also want to look at Litecoin, but let's go to Ethereum to see if there's anything going on. Okay, so Ethereum, we had this triangle. We have a small uptrend, which is good. So what we would expect to happen then with this is we then expect it to bounce, bounce, bounce. That's a clean way. I'm sure it won't look like that. And then either head one way or another. Okay, that's really what we're doing when we're tracking this stuff. So, all right. So that's just a really rough way of looking at it, just so you get an understanding of what you're looking for when you find these patterns. Now, it might break out of this just a little bit, and it might just continue on its merry way, doing nothing super interesting. So let's see. So it could just do one of these, okay, and continue on like that. It's totally possible. So is that a breakout right here? Yes and no. Technically, it is a breakout. Should you trade it? Absolutely not. You want really strong price movements. That's how you're gonna make money. You don't want the little stuff. You don't want consolidation, because this could also go back into continued consolidation, because most patterns are considered to be tight consolidations. You can have huge highways, you can have tunnels, and I'll explain all that stuff in different videos. For right now, Ethereum, cool, but we're not trading it. And again, we're looking at a very similar scenario here with Litecoin. So Litecoin also tapped at the top. So what do we expect? We expect it to fall back down here. That's what we want, right? Another touch, meaning I could place a short right now. And the idea would be is to wait until it gets closer to this line and then sell it so that you made a few bucks. And if we do get the option to do that, I will show it off live. I did just get my Voyager account back, so I have another $500 that I sent to my Kucoin Futures account. So hopefully I'm able to use that as well. But I've been able to turn $10 into $1,000 before doing this. So with my 200, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. That's another nice thing. This is really volatile and dangerous trading. I don't recommend this for beginners, and beginners definitely should not be using the leverage system. Nothing over 5x. Okay, you should really be doing 1x. Once you get better at it, then you can broaden what you put out in the trades. Then you can make them bigger. You can do more risk or more reward. I don't recommend it for beginners. So we're also now going to check out, let's see, we did Litecoin. All right, well, if that's the case, I think I had Sheeb. What's Sheeb been up to? Now, again, this is a fresh chart. When I was charting this, we made money all the way up this guy right here. It was something like 380% in like 5 days. It was something ridiculous. Now, if you wanted to be technical, look what we have. Pole, and we have a flag. Now, we had the same pattern the other day, and it was smaller. It was something like, I don't know, something like this. It was definitely tighter. Okay, I guess I can't do that. We need these all to be lines. With my lines, I like to have the straight lines as my trend lines, and then the dash lines as my secondary trends. Okay, so SHIB is just still in a big consolidation. If we want to take a quick look, this is what it looks like when I was tracking it. Okay, look at this craziness. And if we go inside, we're still in this tunnel. So nobody has control. The buys and sells are just, they're not being pulled one way or another to the point where it's going to make a difference. Once it gets outside of this consolidation, or if we find some really interesting patterns, then it's interesting. Until then, you see how I have the alarm above and below? Once it breaks that, We know what's going on. We know what we're trying to do then. That's when we come to it and we go and we try to trade it. Okay. Let's go back to our Kucoin Futures. SHIB. So can we, so another idea would be then, okay, let's look at another idea. We could then wait until this hits the bottom and place a long order and hope it goes up. But right now, since it's so tight and consolidated in this area, it doesn't have a long way to go. In other words, because we're getting so tight, there's not a lot of room for profit in that tight area, right? So this might not be that interesting. You could still do it, or you could do, which I don't recommend, is you could put a higher leverage. You can get up to like 50 times and then place your short, and then just hope a little bit of movement happens and sell like the first chance you get. That you can do. But again, I don't recommend that for newcomers. So we're just going to do a little bit more. Let's check out MKR. Really looking for something that would be, that we would be able to trade today. Sadly, it's looking like we might not find anything. If I do later on, I will make a video showing you what it would look like, but this, honestly, this can be boring. All you're doing is trying to track this stuff, okay? Trying to make a few bucks. Now, this is different from regular day trading. This is scalping, meaning that movement, fast movement, is really important. If something goes up or down quick, you're making money or losing money fast. It's really important to pay attention when you're scalping. Let's go to Uni. So Uni Perp has another one of those triangles with the solid. It has solid top. So again, and you'll notice a lot of these look similar, right? Again, we're looking at that same scenario. We want to wait to see if this bounces back off. Maybe it'll cruise in here and then back up, but a breakout is possible in here. Another thing is, which I will explain, another thing is, what happens if price still keeps doing this? Let's say it bounces around inside something like that, all right? And it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. What do we do? Is that a breakout? Do we reset? Do we retest? What we do is we widen our current pattern, okay? See that? See how we still have a triangle? Let's make this a little bit cleaner. Oh, I keep forgetting I can't do that. Hey, why can't it? Okay. I used to be able to make these solid lines, and now it's not even giving me the option. Okay, well, whatever. So if it just continues in this area, you just widen the pattern, okay? That's all it is. Let's see, that almost looks like it has a reverse head and shoulders, but that's not it exactly. So where do we have again? I know, like, I can't show you too much different stuff if all the patterns that I'm getting keep showing you the same stuff. So, hey, what's going on, Brett? We do have one of my admins in the channel. What's going on, man? I'm looking for a lot of stuff, and let me tell you, everything's just kind of chill. I am looking to place a live order once I find something in support or resistance. You're more than welcome to tell me if you see something. This is waves. I don't know, this could be a little bit different. VChain has been almost as stagnant as an ADA. Let me tell you, man, a lot of them have just been in like consolidation modes of just chilling. And sadly, they're not very exciting to trade. But do you see what I'm doing, guys? Do you see what I'm doing with constantly just putting these lines where they fit? Okay, so the line just sits on top of the peaks or valleys. Okay, real simple, falls in from the top. Where would it lie on top of those lines? When you see the real thin lines, if you see the lines and they're really thin, you can both count it and not count it. So if we see how these are thin, but where you're seeing just the wick, you could actually cut through. You could cut through that, okay? And that would be considered a secondary. So it's something you can look at, another piece of the puzzle, but it's not necessarily overly important unless it starts to become a support or resistance area or something of that nature. We want to take a look at flow. Let's take a look at flow. Well, does flow have a perp? Yes, it does. Does flow have a perp on Kucoin, Brett? All right, here we are at Flow. Now this is on FTX. I think it's got a new name now, but anyway, this is FTX. We're going to chart this real quick. See what kind of trend we're dealing with. Again, another triangle. Just another generic looking triangle. What we could do right here is we could place a long order if we wanted to. Okay, flow is not on KuCoin. So even if this did look good, we sadly couldn't trade it, but at least I can give you an example. So because this isn't in, it's getting close to a breakout area, but because it's not there, I can show us. This would be the area, once you see that support's picking it up, that's where you'd want to place a long order, and you would hope it, goes back up. But you also always have to keep in mind the VPVR with the natural support and resistance line. If it sees too much resistance after you place your long order, just get out, because 9 times out of 10, that means that the bears have it again. That natural support line, or resistance line in this case, is beating you up. You're not going to get any higher. Get out. Now, of course, you could do something like not care and stay. It might go back up, but you always risk liquidation. Now, liquidation is when your order and your leverage gets to a certain point that can't be covered. And what happens is they take all of the order. So in other words, if you have $100 in and the leverage is really high, and let's say once it gets to like minus 20 bucks, that you'll get a little liquid. It says liquidation price, so you can always tell where it's at. But let's say it hits that price, the entire $100 is gone. That's why you have to be so careful. Brett, is there anything else you think we should take a look at? I've been going through all kinds of stuff this morning. Ooh, let's take a look at XLM. Oh, well, oh, can I get that back? Yes, I can. So this is XLM. You'll see I had an old prediction, which was bull. We can get, you know what? Is this still up? I wonder if it's still up. I'm sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. So do we have XLM still? Because I don't want to delete it. I don't see it. All right. Well, you know what? I'll go over it at some other point. I'm going to delete this because then I can use another alarm in a different area. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get back to this. Okay. So we've been on an uptrend since late September. Okay. I think at one point this also had multiple. Remember when you saw all those lines that just got deleted? There was a whole lot of patterns on top of each other, and since you don't know which one is which or how they're going to react, you draw all of them and give them different looks so you know what you're looking at. And if it hits a certain part of that pattern, you know that now that's the real pattern, and you can move with that one. Got me? So we're on an uptrend. What's cool about this is we have for XLM, we have a resistance point coming, a big one. So what we could do is, if this is going to squeeze in here, we're really going to want to see, I actually am going to put an alarm, because once price gets into this area, it could explode out of this, okay? Meaning that there could be a whole lot of hidden orders in this area, which is meant to, once it reaches that, it'll explode. So for right now, boom, that's our area. And that is going to be something that I've got an alarm on, because I will absolutely trade that if given the chance. Let's keep moving around. Okay, so this is Tezos. Tezos, it looks like, is still on. I've come across some of these imbalances recently. It must be like it looks like a different type of pattern. So we've got this here, but then if you look, we've got this here, and it's just kind of like, off, like broken. Like instead of it being a normal trend, it's kind of just broken a little bit. And you can absolutely take that and consider that to be a one whole line. Remember, it's up to you. It's up to the person charting it. But for me, that I'm totally cool with that. So we have what appears to be that's not a broadening wedge. So it's a wedge, and we're in the same boat. So what would be really cool if we see it bounce off of this bottom point here? If we see price bounce here, what we can do is then place a long order. It's kind of in a weird area the way it's angled, so we might not want to place that order on this yet, but that is totally something we're going to keep an eye on. So that's something I definitely want to check out. Let's keep going. All right, let's go to Neo. Okay, as always, we go all the way out. Whenever you're charting fresh, you should go to the day or just anywhere that's far out, and that's how you should be able to see. So this could be real interesting very soon. We could see a potential breakout with Neo real soon, and that's great. That's pretty cool. Because if that is the case, let's see. If that is the case, we could be looking for potential breakouts coming. But for now, we're just going to keep an eye on that. Nothing too crazy going on there. Let's see what else we got. We'll do a few more, and then we're reaching the half an hour mark. So after we do maybe one or two more, we will call it. I might make another video tonight. If anybody wants to join us live, we can come and chat with me, ask questions if you want. This is all about learning. So I'm here to help you guys learn. If you guys have questions, hopefully I can help. But I'm just showing you guys what I do in order to make a few bucks on Kucoin. This is not all the other investments I'm involved in. This is just Kucoin Futures, the light version, which I happen to like a lot. Dash is in the same boat. Look, we got another triangle. If it bounces like it is right now, it's bouncing off of here, you could place a put order or a short right here, and as it falls, you would make money. You would then sell it as it gets to the bottom, and boom, you just made your 5, 10, 20 bucks, whatever. But if you do that 5 to 10 to 20 times during the day, you're making a couple hundred. And if you can make $100 a day, okay, doing this crypto stuff, then you are living large, okay? Because it's fast, you can lose money, but it's quick, and it can totally give you something that gives you a little bit extra money if you do get good at it. I don't recommend using a lot of money for newcomers. I don't recommend using the leverage system big for newcomers. Just stick with the 1x to 5x. But this is the kind of stuff we're looking for all the time to trade this stuff. This is comp. Comp we already did, but of course you always go back to the previous to see what's moved. You see how we have our alarms? So actually, I'm going to make these even tighter. Cool. So now I know if price gets out of the area on that, since this is getting real tight for support and resistance, it alerts me. Maybe we can trade it. Bosun, now this is one we did last night. If Brett's in here, I don't know if he is anymore, but look, it might have tried to peek out. Yep, it tried to peek out, I guess, just a little bit, but since it fell back down, now it's just part of the triangle pattern. Again, what can we do here on this? Well, we can place a put order if we wanted to, right here. Okay, we're bouncing off the top, meaning that we think it'll come back down here. We could place an order with a high leverage. You'd want it to be a high leverage because you know you don't actually have a lot of room. So high leverage would give you bigger money in a smaller area, but you could also lose it faster. So I would do this in something like a 30 times, maybe just $100, maybe 200. And if I could make a quick 50, that's success. That's what you just do that all day and you get 100 here, 100 there. It adds up. The small stuff adds up. So that is our version with Bosun, and we are going to do one more and we're going to call it, and then maybe we'll do something later on. ADA. Okay. BSV. So, now let's see. So, BSV has several things going on. Actually, we need to get out here. Yeah, check all that out. You know, I'm not gonna, that's too far away. That's there's no reason to incorporate that kind of thing into our current chart. It's too high. So we're at 150 and 160. That's 500. That range is way too far for us to get a hold of right now. So let's just stay in this area. This is what we have right now. Okay, so this is an inward wedge. And again, what we could do, I'm going to be repeating a lot of what you can do more often, because if you get an eye for it, you know what to look for. So what would we do? We would put a put order on this, which means shorting. We would want then for price to come down and bounce off of our support line. Okay, now remember, we also have to watch the VPVR. I don't recommend doing this without the VPVR. Okay, we'll make this a different color. So now it might bounce off of this, or it might go through and bounce off of this. What you want to happen is go to the bottom so you can sell. If it does bounce off of this, take whatever little money you made and get out. Fast, simple. But at least you know you're pretty safe from it not going bull, okay? I have 3 viewers right now. Hi, everybody. If you're joining us, this is being fully recorded. So if there's anything that you want to check out at another time, go right ahead because it will be available. I'll tell you what, let's do one more. Ooh, all right, so FTM looks like it's got some... Let's see, let's get a little bit closer. Okay, so we have a narrowing wedge. And again, what we would want to do, we would want to see how it plays around with this resistance line. And then if it gets heavy, we could place our put order, and then we could, by the way, on the right side, as you can see, that's my Kucoin account. I've only got a couple hundred in there right now, but like I've said before, I'll say it again, I was able to turn $10 into 1,000. You don't need a lot of money to do this, but you can lose your money fast. So you remember, when you're doing these kinds of orders, take your time, be patient. Patience is such a virtue in trading that if you don't if you just play aggressive, not worried about patience, you are not going to succeed. It's like a guarantee. Every single book that I have says it. I'm a very active ADHD, ADD kind of person, and I'm very impatient. I've learned that if I don't have patience, I'm not going to make money. Have patience with this stuff. So again, depending on what we see, this could hit in certain areas that would make us want to put a short order on it, and it would fall. It's a shame that we didn't get to do any orders right now. I'm still going to be doing this, of course, for the rest of the day. If anybody has any questions, feel free to join us at Conquering Crypto, and I can help you with doing this type of stuff. I do so many different types of trading, and I'm going to be uploading a lot more videos on the topic. This was just something that I did last night with an admin who's become a new friend. We both made about 150 together, and it was fast, quick, and I finally found somebody that I can do this with. And I would like to teach others, because the more people you have as like a trading group, the better you can do with looking for information, or somebody sees something that you don't. But other than that, thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate you. This video is going to be able to be watched on YouTube. So if you want to find some information, it is there. It will be available. You guys take care for now, and there will be more videos later on tonight. Join me. It'll be sometime after 6 o'clock or something, but I will still be around today because this is work for me, meaning I'm working right now. You're more than welcome to hit me up. But for now, peace out, guys. Much love. And yeah, if you need me, you know where to find me. You should come to Conquering Crypto and join us. I've also got a Venmo if you want to tip me for all the goody information I'm giving you. And I've also got Twitter, DeMarco, Danny, and you can also, I think if you type in Conquering Crypto, you can find it. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much. We will be back later on tonight.